Yo, 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 Raider Nation, what's happening, baby? My brother Omar is in the building.
What's
This was a
up?
kind of impromptu-ish live, and I'm sorry for all the noise in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. I was running around trying to figure out a spot because where I was at was no reception and all that. Cool Kev's in the building right away.
What's
Let's go,
up,
Cool
cool
Kev.
girl?
For sure, man. And hey, this crazy to me. Omar, I felt like I was with you. I mean, it feels like yesterday, and
I
then again,
know.
like for less than 48 hours. This is crazy.
I know, man, and it was definitely good to hang out with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I was already hyped. You already posted in the drinking club, like, hey, who's coming to Vegas? Let's do this. So
Let's do it.
I was hyped. I was hyped from there, and then got to hang out. Do our thing, meet up at the tailgate. So I'm like, man, it was a
Hell
good
yeah, man.
weekend. All we was missing is a dub. That was it. We did
Yep,
see
yep.
we even got a great game, but god
Right.
dang it, we still
Yeah,
needed the
yeah.
dub.
And that hurt. Honestly, there's no moral victories in
No.
sports. No moral victories,
Mm-mm.
but honestly, that was as close as you could get, man. To me, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just happy, bro, that we didn't get blown out by 25 or something. So I know you're in the Bay, and you know I'm a Bay guy. So I was waiting after that game. I was like, all these Niner homies, all my Niner homies, they're gonna start hitting me up, talking all this shit. But the way that game went down, I got one text, and it was like, "Great game." That was it from one Niner
Yeah.
homie. So
Yeah.
so so it was to me. It was great, man. I'm excited. I'm excited now. I feel like we have new life, man. I feel like we have new life. Like we have hope. And again, I don't want to bash Derek Carr. I don't want to get on that nonsense. But I feel like there's some kind of new hope. So the way I said this on this thing, there's lots of different ways we can go, right? I was
Mm-hmm.
listening to the JT the Brick show today. I even called in and talked to JT for a minute, and and he was talking about so the front. I don't get the newspaper, so but he said he got a text early in the morning, and he gets the paper delivered to his house. So and he went out to get it to see the front of the Las Vegas Review Journal is talking about Tom Brady is coming to Vegas, this, that, and the other. Now we Raider fans, and this is what we say about Tom Brady, man. Fuck that motherfucker.
Right.
And,
Right.
but I
Um,
mean,
Here,
it,
here's my thought about Tom Brady, man.
yeah.
No, the Tuck rule from there on out. You know what? Fuck Tom Brady, just like
Fuck
you
Tom Brady,
said.
right? For
And
sure.
and then Tom Brady comes to the Raiders. Yeah, no, I'm not jumping ship and all that. But here's what I'm afraid of,
Yeah.
and it's both ways. He's 45 years old or 44 or something like that. So are we going to be the team that ends Tom Brady?
Got
You
it.
know his. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want Tom Brady's going to come to the Raiders
And
to die. You know what I mean? His career. How many more seasons he's going to be able to play? You know what I mean? So I hope he doesn't come. I
I hope
hope
he
he doesn't
doesn't either.
come. I
I hope
think
he
we
does
should.
not. So this is what I said. Old, new. We don't know. It could go a lot of ways, right? So there's Tom Brady. There's Aaron Rodgers. There's some retread quarterback or whatever you want to call him. And those are two for sure Hall of Famers. You got Tom Brady, who, whether you call him the GOAT or not, he's one of the GOATs, period, point blank, right? In the
Oh yeah,
NFL history.
definitely.
Fuck all the bullshit, but I mean, it's what it is. Aaron Rodgers, Hall of Famer. He's had some playoff losses that probably you feel like he shouldn't have had. Um, and that's neither here nor there. He's still a great quarterback in his time. I just think they're past their time. I personally want new blood in there. I want youth. I want youthful exuberance. Is that how you say that shit? I want youthful exuberance. I want someone young, like we saw from the kid Stidham. I mean, I know he's been in the league 4 years, right? But it was really his first big go
First
round,
start.
like
I think that
big,
was his
big.
first start. That was his first start.
first career start against the number one ranked defense. We saw the youthful exuberance that I want to see, man. We saw all that, and it made me really happy to see all that. And I'm okay with drafting a quarterback, and maybe you let him and Stiddy battle it out. Well, to me right now, Stiddy to me, with what he showed against the number one defense, 365 yards or whatever he ended up with. He ran a few times. The overall offense puts up 500 yards. Like, that just changed. You saw cats playing for him. I mean, there was the whole controversy of is Devontae staying or going. I never thought he wanted to leave. I said this from jump. He's a Raider fan, born and raised. He's from the Bay. He's close to home.
But I'm glad he said what he said, so he could just quiet all of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, so
now that shit up quick.
He quiet that out now.
Appreciate that.
I mean, but back to the quarterback thing. I mean, dude, I want 9-10 years of quarterback stability. So I definitely want us to, I ain't gonna lie, Thor. I'm praying that Stidham does well and stays consistent. I mean, he showed toughness. He did a lot. He showed mobility. He showed toughness. He was accurate on the move. I mean, he did a lot. All he's got to do from that game on, he just needs to be consistent, and I think we're good. He gives us the chance to bring in. He gives us a lot of cap space so that we can get some defense. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, now, I'm just like, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, but I'm definitely praying and hoping that he's the dude. Or if we draft, I hope we don't reach. Don't. If somebody falls to us that these guys love, grab them. Okay, but me, I'm hoping that first round pick goes to defense. Depending on, of course, what we do in free agency. But if somebody falls, because I've seen all kind of stupid scenarios where we're gonna try to trade up with the Bears, and come on, don't do all that. You know what I mean? That's why I'm hoping Stidham has a hell of a game come Saturday.
Right, exactly. So first, before I reply to that, I'm going to say what's up to Alex Ghost, Cash Lord Raider, my homeboy Hassan Malik Orr, Raider Pac, Sarah, Will Garcia from New York in the building. What's happening? Raider Pac, she'll be out here tomorrow, so hopefully she'll come. We'll be able to kick it a little bit tomorrow for sure, and I'll be in touch with you, Sarah, for sure, and figure out what's going on. Bro. So this is what I'm saying. So the Stidham thing. So I've also heard people be like, well, who is Stidham? Stidham is nobody, or Stidham is this or that. Not. Let's be real. So if you want to talk about Jarrett Stidham was a first-round draft pick when the the New England Patriots still had Tom Brady's punk ass, right? So he was drafted to be that guy. He got hurt a little bit, whatever, never really got a shot. Then they draft Mac Jones, and Mac Jones becomes the guy. Well, Stidham, we don't know. He might be the truth. This the only thing he doesn't have is, like you said, we don't know he might be a one-hit wonder. But now if you come out and do it again, now in your only two chances, you've shown greatness. Well, give him a chance to be great. Give him a chance. I still say you draft a quarterback. And let him and Stidham fight it out. And if Stidham gets him, he gets him, and let the quarterback be the backup. I mean, you need talent, right? I think obviously we need a ton of defensive talent. So my whole thing is you draft all D. Raider Pac says 4th round draft pick quarterback. I'm great with that. Oh, no, maybe she's talking about Stidham.
Stidham was drafted in the 4th round.
Whatever. But he was drafted to be behind Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. He was drafted to be behind Tom Brady. And, I mean, if you draft a quarterback to back up, arguably the GOAT of quarterbacks, either 1, 2, whatever you want to put it.
Speaking of the GOAT, he was drafted in the 5th round. Let Stiddy be our GOAT that was drafted in the 4th round. Right?
Exactly.
Man.
Exactly, man. And you look at the kid in punk ass Frisco, the Mr. Irrelevant. He doing all right his goddamn self.
Right?
So,
I mean, Purdy come in and Mr. Irrelevant, he's 4 in a row right now. I mean, he's playing behind the number 1 defense, but he looked damn good on his own. He put up 37. Well, yeah, he put up what? How many touchdowns did he put up? I can't remember, but he played well. I got to give him credit. You know what I mean? I can't take anything from Purdy.
No, he's played good in 4 games. He's played good in 4 games that he's played.
Defense didn't carry him. Here, I'll just say that. Last Sunday, the defense didn't carry Purdy. Purdy put up some numbers, had the offense moving. So, I mean, yeah, you know.
Right. So, honestly, don't want to talk a ton about the whole car shit myself. I want to talk about BKC, bro.
Yes.
I want to talk about BKC because whatever.
If he can put up 34 on the number 1 defense, he should be able to move the ball on Kansas City. You just know they're gonna put up points too, so we could be in for an entertaining shootout.
Hey, that's what bro. To me, I feel like this game is gonna be like 44-40 or some shit. Either way, right?
It was 1 point last game, so it's definitely gonna be probably it should be a field goal that wins this game. It's gonna be close.
So fuck around and watch this shit be like an 11-8 game or something crazy. Like 11-9. And we'll all be thrown for a loop. But right now, I'm thinking this game's super high scoring, and Stiddy is gonna come in, bro. He's not scared. He's not scared. The one thing you saw against the Niner defense to me is he's not scared. He came out there. I mean, the touchdown. I want to say Malik brought it up. Hassan Moore, the TD throw to Adams. Carr never makes plays like that. So that's that actual pass. If you look at that fool got crushed, right?
Oh yeah.
He stood in there and got absolutely crushed. Well, he wasn't scared. He wasn't scared, man. And that's all I want. All I've ever said for years out there, and we go through this damn near every year, right? The season ends, and we're like, fuck, man. But I'll be out there for the last tailgate in the last game like it's one more to go. Like, I don't care. Find a way to win, man. KC, fuck them fools. Me and you was talking earlier. We have a shot to knock them down to where they won't have home field or a bye week or whatever. Man, hey, that becomes a moral victory to me. If you win that game, it becomes an actual victory and a moral victory.
I think Stidham needs to make a statement, and the biggest statement he can make is consistency with the win, consistency in his play, and a W. I mean, there's a lot more he can still do. I mean, he can put this whole thing on his shoulders.
Right.
You know, we know how the storyline could go that really makes him look great. But hey, man, play your game and get us a dub. And you know what? We'll be looking forward to seeing you next season. That's hella funny.
Right, exactly. So Malik, my brother, you know what's funny is that shit's hella high. But I took the over, bro. I took the over. I have just a Saturday bet. I gambled. I took the Raiders money line and over. Like I said, I feel like the way we win that game is outscoring them, man. I want the ball last with a shot to win the game, whether it's 35 to 29 and we got the ball and we need a touchdown. Let's go. Castler Raiders says if we win this game, we'll be 4-2 in the division. Bro, that's huge. That's absolutely huge, man. Go 4-2 in the division. I mean, San Diego or whatever the fuck they are, LA, whoever the fuck they are. I mean, they're basically us to me, except they've been able to put them close wins away. They've been able to put them close wins away. If we put them close ones away, we'd be them, pretty much, right? And we'd be talking about playoffs and whatever. So I'm not too worried about anything else except beating the Chiefs this week. I'm not trying to look at the Stiddy. If you draft number one first round quarterback like a CJ Stroud or someone like that. I really don't care. I just want to beat the Chiefs. I mean, Omar, you a real Las Raider fan like everyone in here is. Beating the Queefs, as I call them,
Yeah,
is
I don't care about that draft pick. I don't care about draft position.
that makes your whole day so much better. It makes your whole
Yes.
day so much better.
Yes. I mean that's what I was saying. I want to win. I want to win. You know, I'm like that about every game. I definitely don't care about draft position. Hey, man, if you draft well, you draft the best person available at your spot. And, you know, that's my definition of drafting well. All that moving up and doing all that crazy shit for a 50-50 player, because in my mind, they're all 50-50 until they go do what they do. It's rarely there's guaranteed shots. So, hey, especially when you're playing a division rival, you know, even if they don't care about the playing spoiler, I do, and I hope they do. I hope they want to knock down KC from having home field advantage and make them have to go on the road or whatever, you know what I mean, and not get a bye week or, you know, whichever it's going to be, because if they're not the number one seed, at some point they're going to have to go to either the Bills or to the Bengals. Now, the Bengals have been 3-0 against KC, so I definitely hope they got to go to Cincy, so Cincy can handle that ass if that's the way it all works out. But or let the Bills finally get a little revenge on them at their house. So, like I say, the first domino has to fall is us. We got to win. And you know, and just thinking about that, Perriman's not going to be there. Jones not going to be there. Stidham, do your thing, dog. This is your resume. You are writing your resume to submit it for the starting quarterback job.
Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Hey, Omar. hey. Yeah, all these dudes on defense ain't going to be there. You know, like I know, we was looking at dudes out on the field last week on our defense, and we like, who the hell is that dude? Where'd he come from, right? So let's realize that D is probably gonna. I mean, they're the Kansas City Chiefs, man. The Queefs, they're gonna put up points. They're gonna continue to put up points. We just gotta outscore them. That's been our problem all year. Cash Lord Raider brought up about the putting up 10 points and 13 points, this, that, and the other. Right. You know, if City plays, we probably put up more. We need a mobile quarterback. We need someone who's not scared of all that. I agree with that, but we don't know that for sure. What we do know is that we need to continue to keep scoring.
Right. We can't have all these leads and give them up.
Collapses, right? It's been the second collapses of not scoring. Not scoring. Let's go.
And that's play calling. I know a lot of people still blame Carr, but I'm like, that's the one thing this team did suffer from even last Sunday is they had a 10-point lead and gave it up. That was the fifth time we've lost games that we've had a lead in. And like I say, that's just, you know, like I say, I don't think that's a QB issue. I think that's a play calling issue.
Right. Well, I feel like everyone keeps wanting to talk about the Carr shit. So let's go on with this for a second because Cash Lord is saying I'm hearing that DC is only worth a 5th or 6th round pick in trades. And Pocky is saying Carr has a no trade clause, which is true. But if you got to cut him. You know why? Because you save $40 million or whatever it may be.
We save 35 because we got to pay him $5. Yeah, we got to pay him $5.
Sign defense with that. I mean, we can talk about the coaches, the horrible play calling by the coaches. Well, yes and no. I mean, I agree that to me the coach is being crap, but do we know it's him? Because Stidham came in as a dude who never started against number one defense and put up over 30 and 500 yards of total offense, 365 passing. So is it the coach or was it the leader on the field? It's to be debated either way. It's to be debated.
And the only thing consistent, though, like I said, the only thing consistent between Stidham and Carr is having a lead and then still losing that game.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like I said,
you put that on the defensive coordinator, bro. But I mean, he had nothing in this last game with everyone out. Again, we had people in there that we have no idea who they were. Number 6, he was all over the field though. He was all over the field, but I was like, I don't know this dude. A lot of these people, I didn't know who they were. Hey, and if we get a 5th or 6th, we'll take anything. I agree with you.
If we can trade him and not pay him, then we keep the whole 40.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, the defense didn't tackle. The defense didn't do a lot of things, man. But we come in knowing the defense is crap. We come in.
Max didn't get no help.
Defense is crap, right? We know coming in. Like, that's what I'm saying. If you save the money, if you're able to pick up a bunch of money, go get defense. I'm an old school Raider guy. I love defensive football, and I love running the ball, man. I want to hit people. It's funny because I'm over here at Caesars right now, and I was in Monte Cristo. I was going to do the show from there, but it's too loud, and I can't get any reception anywhere else. So I just had to come out here by a slot machine. I found a spot and whatever, and it's like, I was talking to some random dude in there from Miami who's a Dolphin fan, but he said he's always loved the Raiders, right? Mm-hmm. And he was talking about all the old school Raiders and about all the old school defense and all that nonsense, and not nonsense, but all the glory shit. And I miss that. I want that. I want the defense to act a fool, man. I want the defense to act a fool.
I was talking about that over the weekend.
There you go.
I was talking about that over the weekend, how our glory days, we were a defensive-led team.
So if it's your first time, please come back. We're trying to get the new channel started. The homeboy Reef just showed up in the building.
Late but worth the wait.
Hey,
what's going on, my brother?
Let's go. If y'all don't know Reef, you need to kick with Reef. Reef a real one. Also goes by Black Thanos, but he a real Raider fan from New York. Traveled out here and to kick it, to go out, because people talk shit about whatever they may want to talk shit about. This motherfucker right here be at games, bro.
All the time.
Through all the nonsense. Be at them.
Cross country, state to state.
Like, we real Wild Raider fans, man. So Al's Ghost, I agree with this. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like the whole coaching squad could go for all I care, but we stuck with him.
Didn't have enough snaps with Renfro, Waller. That was an excuse because C only had. Bro, I don't want to hear no excuse. Derek Carr has 0 excuses. 0. Sultan in the building. What's happening, Sultan, my brother? Let's go, man.
Yeah, there he is.
So we just chilling, Reef. So I know you was in traffic catching up. So I really wanted to talk about the KC game, but everyone talking about the DC Stidham issue.
Right.
So you, my brother, let them go and tell them your feelings on that for a minute, please.
It was inevitable, man. You never make a change, things will never change. 9 years is unprecedented in this business, especially when you don't produce. Quarterbacks are not measured by popularity or personality. It's about production. And in this business, production means wins. Al Davis said, just win, baby. Not just coddle, baby. Just make excuses, baby. Just win, baby. Nice guy. I don't doubt his effort. But there's been a ton of quarterbacks. As I often say, I watched Ken Stabler as a boy get traded for going 9-7. I don't need to say no more than that.
Amen.
So he need to get his head out of his ass, swallow some humble pie, stop with this brat routine, him and his family, and the nation just have to accept it. You know, it's sometimes it's just not meant for you. We had some good moments with him, but what we gonna wait till Jesus come out the sky and hope he bring a Super Bowl? No, enough is enough. It's pure and simple, man.
Pure and simple, man.
I was at Carr's very first game in New York.
I was there too.
And I love what I saw. I was very enthusiastic. Those first 3 to 4 years, you saw a progression. There was a lot to be encouraged about. 2017, things went left. and he could never really get it back. You can debate about the excuses, but you can't debate about the regression. 2019, we had a second half collapse after going 6-2. 2020, we had a second half collapse. You know, enough is enough. And this year, almost like a something that he would never suspected. That's why they say be careful what you wish for. He get his best friend here, and it don't go the way he wanted to go. I was telling people about the Lakers. Sometimes more names don't mean more success.
Amen.
I like the chemistry we had last year. You could have just fortified the defense and got a cheaper option at wide receiver and got more defense. He won his friend here. So the organization appeased them once again, like they did with Todd Downing, like they did bringing Jordy Nelson over here when Crabtree suspiciously got pushed out of town. So it's a long list of compromises and concessions the Raiders have made for Derek Dallas Carr. Anyone who can't see that, they biased or, you know.
Or blind.
Yeah.
Or
period.
blind. They just don't care.
Ray Charles from heaven could see that. Man.
Right,
So,
right. I mean, at some point, I understand that. Like, some people, I don't want to call anyone a fake fan at all.
No.
But some people are just fans but don't really know or pay attention. Like, and you know what's crazy though? The problem with that is, like my wife or my parents, like they aren't real like into what's going on. They just want to win, and they're always like, "The hell is wrong with this quarterback? Why he don't?" Because that's who the quarterback is. He needs to be the guy to get you the wins. We don't care about the yardage, and we don't care about that. Oh, well, we were crap forever before. Yeah, well, we've been 20 years of crap. Well, guess what? He's been there 9 years. That's a half of it.
Exactly.
He half of our crap, bro. Anyway, I really want to get off the Derek Carr thing and get into beating the Queefs, man. Beating the Queefs. How are we going to beat the Queefs?
We proved we could score on them. The Chiefs, even for the past few years, they never really had an elite defense. They simply outscore you because of the machine they got and number 15 over there. However, we can run on them. They struggle against the run. You can't make mistakes. For a while, it seemed like they had the former quarterback really figured out, forcing him into turnovers and the bad decisions. He's not here anymore. So you play your game. We got our big names on deck. Just don't play scared. We've beaten them before. We could do it again.
Yeah, amen.
That's simple, man. Let Josh lead the way, Black Moses. And I like our chances. Definitely with Stidham. You got a kid who's talented, who's multifaceted, can move, extend plays. His location looks good. He's well coached. He's out of the Patriot system. I like our chances.
I agree. I definitely like our chances. I'm just a little worried because I didn't see a lot of pass rush on our defense. But if our ground game stays solid, that always helps you out and keep, if we can keep Mahomes on the bench because we play a little ball control when we can. Hopefully we can keep a lead, keep our offense on the field because last week, as you guys saw, Max got no help. You know what I mean? Without Jones, he didn't get any help at all from that D line. So it should be a offensive monster of a game for sure.
It should be. You're right. And so in a way, sometimes less is more, right? So thinking about it, just listening to you guys and thinking about it, a lot of times when you get in on Mahomo, when you get on Mr. Fraggle, he's so athletic and so elusive and can get out, it almost hurts you, right? So it might help us out a little in a weird way. I don't know. I'm grasping at whatever I can right here. Travis Kelce murdered us for 4 touchdowns in the last game. 4. But he only had 25 yards. Right. So outside of those 4 crucial plays, they did a pretty good job shutting him down. Again, I don't think we're going to win this game 10-6 or 10-9. I think we're winning this game 45-42.
Oh yeah, I see that.
And I just think we just have to outscore them.
Yep.
Put up a 40 spot for us. Put up a 40 spot for us. That's all I'm asking.
I've been saying that for 5 years. You don't beat the Chiefs, you outscore them.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, you don't stop them, you
You
outscore them.
don't stop them. Yeah.
Because they're going to score. You simply have to score more than them. They got to guard Devontae. That's their task. That's an elite weapon right there, who has already established confidence and a rhythm with the new kid. And, of course, with Waller being out there, too, one of the best nightmare matchups in the game. I like our chances because now they got a quarterback that they know they can't collapse the pocket on. They have to respect his ability to run up that gap or to roll out, extend plays. Andy Reid and them knew with Carr, they never had to worry about that. And they could fluster him into costly mistakes. And we saw that time and time again.
Right.
Yeah, our defense is going to struggle with, as he mentioned, with Travis over there and Max really having no help. But Khalil didn't have any help either. These are the games you have to stand up.
Yeah.
You know I never would doubt Max's effort, but he was whisper quiet against the 49ers.
Yeah.
Whisper quiet.
Right.
You know, even with Chandler and the linebackers being out, you notice Nick Bosa made the play when he had to make it to help his team to seal the win. So Max just got to dig down deep.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And you know what's terrible about that play of all things? That play was going to win us the game.
Oh yeah.
That play was going to win us the game. If Bosa is a half a second, if you could have held him up for another half a second, we win the game. Because Devontae had a step. I was sitting there and I was like, and then oh no way, the ball went up in the air. No. and yeah, so you're right. Like, big players make big plays at big times in big games. And so to say this is a big game for us, people might think we're crazy, but it is for us, for Raider fans, for the Raider players. You know why? Because if you're going to be on this team next year, you need to know you can stand up and go toe-to-toe with the best of the best. And let's not get it twisted. The Niners, even though I hate them with all my heart, fuck the 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs are two of the top 4 teams in the NFL, bar none. Like, the betting lines alone. So if you stand up toe-to-toe with them, like, you know you're not that far away. Not that far away at all. And I'm excited. I'm excited about next year. I'm excited for this game because I think we can go toe-to-toe with them. Because we did. We went toe-to-toe with them in KC, right?
That's right.
I mean, we should have won that game. I mean, I still don't know about the play calling, the going for two.
Renfro and Adams colliding into each other like Keystone Cops.
Yeah. I mean, they were just different. Yeah, there was a lot of shit. I feel like we were almost in field goal range, and why didn't we just run the ball and get up enough to give the real DC2 a chance to win the game for us? But I digress. And that's when I was really getting on the coaching. But you know what? I mean, the coach ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. Not this year.
Unfortunately, he's not. We're stuck with him for at least another year. Hey, and I hope he wins. I don't think I'm ever going to be a McDaniels fan, but I still want to win. And if winning means keeping him, so be it. I just want to win. But McDummy is probably never going to have my vote of confidence unless he gets a Super Bowl.
Right. Hey, Hassan Malik Gordon, my brother. Hey, that's one thing we've been saying. Like, bro, why is it every time a ball gets hit up in the air, our guys are always like never around it? Like,
never.
How are we never around it? But whenever it happens to us, the other defenders are always around it. And to me, I don't know, man. We got to work on the D. We got to work on the D, man. I want the D. I want to get back to a great defense. Because if you have a great defense and you have an average quarterback, you should be all right. With the weapons we have, like, you can say that, but then you can talk about the Denver Donkeys, another division team, and they're pure crap. They're the only thing I was really right on all year. I was like, Denver's not that good. They're not going to be that good. But just because they got Russ, but they don't have any other real offensive threats.
Yeah.
We have all offensive threats. Omar, Sharif. We didn't throw either one of y'all at quarterback with them offensive threats. And we should be scoring 30. I really thought we were going to be scoring 30 all year, and I thought every game was going to be a shootout. How we losing games 13-10 and shit like that?
I mean, yeah, our offense should have definitely against Pittsburgh. We should have been able to put up more than 10 points. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, to lose a game 10-13 with the weapons that we have is just unbelievable. Right. That's unbelievable, right
the
there.
The Rams game when you don't score in the second half,
right.
Like.
Yeah.
Well, the Cardinals game, the same thing.
The Cardinals
no
game,
points in the second half.
The Saints game we got the only game we got blown out in this year, but we didn't pass the fucking 50-yard line with our starting quarterback in.
Right.
Shit like that. Like, I never could have fathomed that. I was completely off on that. I was for sure we were scoring 30 a game with the weapons we have on offense, man. So. And I know injuries hurt us a little bit, but injuries hurt anyone.
Yeah. I mean, we've had a lot. Unfortunately, we had a lot happen this season. I mean, I think our offensive line started off last. They improved, over as we start kicking people off the team, shuffling around the offensive line. I mean, that was almost the same thing that happened last year, but at least, we lose some of these pieces, but it just seemed like we finished a lot better. Man, like I say, dude, I saw some plays being called, you know what I mean, throughout this season that I'm still just scratching my head like, McDaniels, what the hell are you doing? So, like I say, that still has wrecked my nerves this season because to me, that was another problem that to me shouldn't have been a problem. Play calling should not have been a problem to me, with McDaniels being who he's supposed to be, but that's just me.
Right, for sure. Hey, Omar, real quick, and Reef, real quick. So one of the homies just showed up. I know we only on for another 22 minutes or whatever, but I'm going to bring him in real quick. The homie Big Mike Raider. Again, this was kind of an impromptu last-second show. So what's happening, my brother?
How's it going?
Last second impromptu show, and it's been a lot of car Stidham talk, but we're really trying to switch into this KC game. So,
okay,
I'm gonna go pee real quick. Reef, can you?
Man, we gotta drain the vein.
Yeah,
so I gotta hold it down, man.
But you kind of gotta make sure this don't, because it'll go over here. Right. But
yeah, so we talking KC game?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna let Omar take the lead since I kind of came in late.
Okay,
definitely. So I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking, man, play spoiler. You know what I mean? I don't care about draft position. I don't care about none of that. Beat KC.
Yeah, because the thing is, I mean, you don't none of these draft picks are sure shots. So whether we're picking at 13 or 12 or 7, it don't matter to me. What matters to me is winning this game against KC. That means more to me than draft positioning to me. So
definitely. I mean, I don't know about you. I think it's going to have a lot of implications, too, for Stidham. I mean, I think how well he does in this game is going to have a ripple effect of, number one, what we do in free agency, and then what we do going into the draft. You know what I mean? Because let's just say if he's consistent to what we saw Sunday and we get a W, like I say, I think that GM room now they're changing up their board a little bit. You know what I mean? Because now you don't have to try to reach for, even if you draft a young guy, you still want somebody in there that you think ahead of time is going to start. So I'm thinking this game, like I say, to me, it's a lot. It's a lot for everybody. You heard Devontae and everybody saying how they want to help the kid. I know I was just like, all right. You know, so I'm thinking, okay, well, you got one game to show us how you gonna help him and how we gonna beat KC. So,
well, he balled out against the 49ers, Devontae. I'm not gonna front. I was a little leery and suspicious about his headspace. I said if he starts dropping passes that I know he should catch, then the conspiracy theorists were gonna come out at me and say, wait a minute. It was the exact opposite. And as far as Jarrett, he's faced the ultimate challenge. Less than a week to go, you're against the #1 defense, a top 4 team in the league, and take them to OT. So I know he's up to task for Kansas City. There's a lot of pride involved. We know them, they know us. We don't like them, they don't like us.
Right.
So we can play spoiler. We can summon up some pride and poise, make some noise. And I'm going to be in the black hole row 8 with my Stidham sign and keeping the cheer going. So
there you go.
I love our chances this Saturday.
Yo, here's the thing. Jarrett Stidham is hearing all the talk. He's hearing it. He's hearing, oh, Brady this, possible, and new quarterback that, and all this other stuff. This dude's playing for a starting spot. He's not playing. He's trying to keep a roster spot. He looks like he's trying to be the guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at least that's what it looked like against the 49ers. And, you're doing that against the #1 defense. Hey, do it again against the Chiefs, and we start talking. We start talking about keeping you as a starter or a bridge guy or whatever. Or it might be more successful than that. Like it might be somebody we roll with for years. But point is he's all in on this. He wants a starting spot. That's how he's playing, and he has a swagger for it. He has that Raiders. That swagger that we've been missing with DC. DC didn't have that, but Stidham, he's coming out there. He's pointing at folks. He's cussing people out. Like that's the guy that we need. That's the guy that we need at quarterback. So, if we can keep that level of play up, I'm all for it.
I mean, he had 3 defenders coming at him and didn't flinch, and I was just like, oh shit! I was just like, please, I'm like, all I need now is consistency. Like I saw enough, and I was just like, okay, please be consistent. Please don't fall off a cliff. You know what I mean? Your next game or whatever. Just be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Because I know there was nothing else. Of course there was a throw or two that he had overthrown one. And I don't know the intricacies of where that happened or his footwork. I didn't. I was in the stadium. Stuff happened so fast. You can't see was his foot placed right. Why did that throw sail a little bit? And but outside of that, I was just like, oh yeah, man. When I saw that boy making that, especially that touchdown catch, and everybody talking about the Devontae, where he got smacked. He got smacked. You know what I mean? But I saw a couple of other plays where he's just, he see the defenders, but it looked like he didn't see him, and he's just throwing the ball, taking it, and he's ready for the next play.
You got to remember, Omar, this could be a case of history repeating itself.
Yeah.
We talk about the Immaculate Deception game.
Yeah.
And a lot of people forget LaMonica started that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they had to put him to the bench.
And Stabler scored our only TD in that. You fast forward, after Stabler got traded, Dan Pastorini goes out. Jim Plunkett, an ex-Patriot, a guy drafted by the Patriots, just like Stidham, comes in. The rest is history.
So
sometimes you never know, man. When your number called, just be ready.
Be ready.
Yep.
A lot of our fans were so scared because, you get so familiar holding on to someone, hoping they change. And then next thing you know, 3 presidents then went by. Obama, Trump, now Biden. What we going to wait for? Time is now, baby.
Yeah. And the good thing about it is if he balls out, we keep him. We're spending nickels and dimes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We don't have to go out and spend a bunch of money getting a quarterback. And this is if he's being endorsed by Devontae Adams. So we're spending pennies on the dollar for a quarterback. We can go build that defense, bring another receiver or whatever you want to do.
Keep Jacobs, sign Jacobs, pay Jacobs. Like I say, Stidham has so many implications for me. Yeah. That's why I'm just praying he does well, because I'm like, we keep Jacobs, we can focus on defense, we can replace Alex Bars on our O-line like we need to. And
I'm
You
all
know.
defense and O line, man. You save that money. I'm all defense and O. But honestly, the O line's not as bad as people say. Like
Yeah.
there's one or two, but
I
that
think
you
Alex Barr is a
replace.
suspect.
But
Yeah.
man, go get that defense hooked up,
Yeah.
man. Go get that
Yep.
D hooked up because you have so much pure talent in the offensive skill positions with Devontae, with Waller, with Josh Jacobs. I mean, obviously you got to figure out even if you have to. I don't want to, but if you have to franchise Waller, you have to. You know
No,
what
we
I'm
signed
saying?
Waller's good. We just
Yeah,
signed
he's
his
good to
new
go.
contract. It's only Jacobs. Jacobs is the question mark.
Yeah.
I mean, no,
Yeah.
my bad. I'm drinking and smoking. I was a bit my bad, you know.
That's
It's
fair.
all good.
But yeah, well, that's what you know, Mar. You know how I do. I'm drinking. You know what I meant, though. You know what I
Yeah,
meant.
Jacobs, yo. I mean, and hey, Jacobs is like, I ain't worried about money. Now he's saying that now, but we know when contracts going behind the doors, and if they try to lowball him, he gonna have a kind of feeling. So
Yeah.
I like hearing that, but you know that can change if they
Yeah.
try to lowball him too much.
Right.
So I hope
Yeah.
I hope they do him right and find something long term that we can just keep him. And it's team friendly and Jacobs friendly. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
something that works out for both. Because I mean, we ain't had. I mean, come on. You talk about Jacobs, Marcus Allen name is coming up. You know what I mean? We got Devontae, Tim Brown shit is coming up.
Right.
I'm
Yep.
like, when the last time we had that?
Yeah.
Man.
Exactly. Because
But Omar, and trust me, I was never no Josh McDaniels groupie. Back in February, I ran down his resume, and I figured he was gonna fall in love with the ex-quarterback because they got similar backgrounds. However, to be fair, we could complain about offense or play calling. Josh Jacobs having a record-breaking year. The O-line currently ranked at 11.
Yeah.
I would have never expected that.
Nope.
I thought for sure the ex-quarterback was going to go out on a stretcher this year. Because I kept saying during the offseason, how come we ain't getting nobody for the O-line unless you're
Right.
going to get him some feet?
Yeah.
And Devontae, Devontae is Devontae, but nonetheless, the opportunities were there. There was one weak link and the common denominator, and Mark Davis finally made an OG call.
Yeah. Yeah.
And gave him that kiss like in The Godfather.
Yes, sir.
I mean, McDaniel's only success came from a team that has always had a decent defense. I don't know their rankings, but if I just said they average middle of the road since Belichick has pretty much been there in the teens or sometimes in the top 10 or whatever, I don't think anybody would say I'm lying.
Two of their Super Bowls, they were number one. I want to
Right.
say two of their Super Bowls were number one.
So that's why I'm like, please, McDaniels, realize where you had success, how you had success, put all your chips in. Of course he needs a quarterback, but after that, man, please put your chips in on defense because you need it. You always have. You didn't do well in Denver. You didn't do well as the offensive coordinator for the Rams, but when you had a little bit of defense, your offense worked. So I'm hoping, you know what I mean? Like I said, I don't need to like him to want my team to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a team guy. I'll sit there, and I'll give him his props if he's doing some great things. But I'm just like right now, I'm team, Raiders and anti-McDummy.
Yeah, I've been on record. I'm not a fan of his either.
Baby Sultan in the building, and everyone who's been here again. This was a super impromptu. Reef in town.
Yeah,
Omar finally got some
What's
time
up,
off.
bro?
And so I was just like, fuck it.
Let's do it.
Fucking do a show. And then it's CES in Vegas. Y'all don't know it's crazy out here. My wife got crazy meetings. So I was like, well, I'll just have to do it from Caesars. And the whole shit been crazy. I couldn't get reception. We had to find out here by the end of a slot machine. But fuck it. We over here talking Raider shit, man. And we 2 days away. I honestly feel like the game was a day ago. I feel like, damn, is today Tuesday? Like, I feel like the game just ended, man.
Yeah.
And it was a wild weekend, and it's one more go round. I don't care. Find a way to beat the Queefs, man. Find a way to beat the Queefs.
Yeah.
Like outscore them.
That's
We're
it.
not going to shut them down.
That's
We
it.
know that. Outscore them.
That's it.
And you score that much on number one defense, you need to score at least that much on them.
Oh, fact.
Yep.
Period.
Yeah.
Period, man.
With this kid, we will.
Yeah.
He's totally different from what they've been accustomed to with the ex dude. Trust me.
I mean,
Yeah,
4
man.
years in the system. He's 4 years into a system. He knows the ins and outs of what McDaniels. He knows expectations. He knows what he wants, and that's kind of to our advantage. And usually, success in the NFL is continuity. So if you have continuity on an offense from your quarterback, like you're already winning half the battle. So that's kind of to our advantage. Against their defense, we have a shot. So
right.
Right. I like our chances.
Great point.
And they're horrible against the run. So, but their saving grace is the ability to score. They're not going to stop Black Moses Saturday. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
And with him pounding the rock, it keeps Mahomes sitting on the
He
bench.
definitely want that title. That Russian title.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
yeah. What? He's a.
When I was talking to JT the Brick, that's exactly what I was saying. With Josh Jacobs running the ball and you getting first downs and eating clock that way and scoring touchdowns, not field goal touchdowns.
Yeah.
You keep their offense off the field. That helps the defense out all the time.
Right.
And he wants to have a good game. He's 140 yards ahead of Chubb and 170 ahead of old boy from Tennessee. I think right now.
Derrick Henry, yeah.
So he at least want to put up 100. You know what I mean? He wants to add at least 100 to that.
He win that rushing title.
I know he's got he's likely going to win the rushing title, but I think he wants that record that Marcus Allen record.
But isn't like 300 yards from that though? I think
he's like 150 something. I don't know.
Is it 150? Okay.
Yeah, because he's at 1608 or something like that right now. So
yeah,
I
hope he gets
I think Marcus
man.
Allen's at like 17 something, but he's got to have a big game if he wants that record. That's for sure. He's gonna need like 150.
Go get it, Josh. Go get it, Josh.
Right.
Because we real ones and Marcus is one of our heroes. I mean, so you do that, you just made yourself Raider legend right there, right?
That's royalty, right?
That's royalty right there, man. That's royalty, man. And Marcus be around, and I'm sure Marcus. I don't know this for 100% fact, but Marcus is around. I'm almost like Marcus is probably hyping him up, like go get it. Go get it, man. Because OG cats, they did what they did. Marcus a Hall of Famer, you know what I'm saying? Yep. And they're like, well, I did my time, and I made my bones with everything, and I'm a legend. So go get it. Like I don't see them as being mad at people for that. So go get it, Josh. Go get it, man.
Hey, I see you put up Al's ghost comment about hope players are mentally ready after what happened to Damar Hamlin. Now, have they said what actually happened to Damar Hamlin? Was it a heart attack? Was it caused by something? I mean, I hear a lot of talk about how this affects players, and I'm just like, how can it affect players without all the information? You know what I mean? Like, it's a tragedy. Nobody wants to see somebody collapse like that, but I'm just wondering, has more come out about why it happened? I looked at that hit, and if there was no CPR needed for Damar, that play wouldn't have been a highlight reel. So I'm just wondering how, people, if there's more information out there that I don't know, because I keep seeing all this emotional side to it, and I'm like, well, I get why they did everything that day, but why wouldn't, these guys be ready for work again? You know what I mean?
The only thing they said was heart attack. They didn't specify what was going on.
All the reports I've heard was alleged cardiac arrest.
Right.
And they literally resuscitated him on the field.
They resuscitated him on the field, right?
By giving him CPR.
Right. So it was, but it was because of the hit, but kind of not. I mean, it was, but I watched this whole thing on the shit about how it was like a 1 in a billion, like his
Odds.
heart had to be at this like certain
Right.
whatever
Yeah.
heartbeats were of, so it had to be at the and any hit at that point at his heart would have did it kind of thing. It was just like a fluke. Like shit happens. Fluke shit happens sometimes, right? I mean, it's terrible.
Didn't DJ Hayton have some crazy heart issue?
Well,
I
DJ
mean,
Hayden was like that. DJ Hayden was a
Yeah,
medical
yeah,
miracle
like
also.
surgeries and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I was just wondering because I keep hearing this. You know, are the players mentally prepared? And I'm just like, if something is a 1 in a million chance that happens, I mean, what is the expectation of someone preparing to go back to work to do what they do? You know, in these type of situations, I mean, like I say, hearing those statements just created more questions for me, I guess. You know what I mean? Because I know we all go through tragedies and things like that, and we have to go back to work, and you know what I mean? Like, you know, thank goodness this guy, from what I read, he's waking up, he's functional. They say he's going to get all his brain functions intact. That's great. I still don't understand how it happened, but I was just kind of wondering, was there something I missed? Why everybody is doing this outcry of, are the players ready to play again? And these guys have been doing this their whole lives, so I'm assuming they're ready to get back to work, but maybe I'm missing something. I don't know.
Right. I mean, you know, hey, prayers. You know what though? Let me say this real quick. DeMar Hamlin is doing great, right?
Yep.
Not great,
Yep.
but he's talking.
Oh, yeah.
They said he has cognitive. So
Right.
this one thing you can say. You can say whatever you want. Thank you God for all that. However, the NFL, as much as they don't give a fuck about some real shit in a certain aspect, they also have all these doctors there, or not medical people, and so they got that shit. Like, had that been one of us out on the street, we would have died.
Oh, yeah.
And no, I'm not trying to talk shit, but so it was like one of the most unluckiest things that ever happened. But it was also the only place that would have been better for that to happen to him was in a hospital, right? So thank God they're at least ready for that. That's you guys ever watch? I think it was Chris Rock who said insurance is in case shit. So they have all that shit there ready.
Stand up, yeah.
In case shit happens.
Yeah.
It don't really happen that often or ever.
I've never seen that happen. I've never seen the ambulance have to grab. You know, we've seen guys go out on stretchers, hold their hand up to let everybody know I'm good.
A Detroit Lion player died on the field in the 60s or whatever. A Detroit Lion player died on the field.
That was before I was born.
So now we're talking about 70 years later. So in case some shit happened, well, now we're 70 years later and you got all the ability. So at least they have all that there. That's one thing you can say. At least they prepare for the in case shit. Because if they didn't, he wouldn't have made it. I mean, you know. So
that medical team, they did their job. They did it well.
Yeah.
You know, you got to give props to where, you know.
Yeah.
Everything they did to revive that guy, they had to do it like that. Yeah. You know, because the more oxygen you lose to your brain, you know, you start losing that ability to function if you do survive it. So the fact that he's fully, cognitive and he's on the up and up, that's just you got to attribute it to the medical team that saved him. So that's big props to them.
Exactly. And thank God and love to all the medical people, because I mean, and this is another thing that goes in his favor. He's young. He's 24 years old. Yep. When I was 20, how old was I? 26. When I was in my accident, when I was in the coma for months and all that shit, and I was supposed to die. Well, medical advances and medical people saved my life, right? Yep. Well, thank God. And one thing they told me is there's no way to explain it except that you're young and that your body. So say he's 10, 12 years older, he might have been in a world of trouble off that. So as unlucky as it was, there was some lucky shit, and keep fighting. I feel like he's going to be okay, and thank God for that. for sure.
But him being 24 was one of the things that scared me. I'm like, damn, a 24-year-old pro athlete have a heart attack? I'm like, I want to see the tox report. I want to see everything he was eating. Like, I want all the information on how a 24-year-old pro athlete who's in arguably the best shape of his life, in better shape than I have ever been in, could have a heart attack.
Part of it, Omar, that's part of it because he's playing a sport where so your pulse, like when you exercise, right? Your pulse rate gets up so high. Well, he's out there playing a professional sport, and he's the top of his game, and he's going so hard. His heart's going so hard, and that was the thing. Like, it was at like the perfect rate where when it got hit by anything, I saw a whole thing about it, and that's what it was. He just got hit like barely touched, and in that
shit
area,
off, huh?
and it was just like such a pure fluke.
Yeah, my son was telling me something about that. That right when it came out, I got home that Monday night. He was saying, "Yeah, Dad, I think it is. You can get hit just at the right spot with the right part of the heartbeat that just disrupts it. You know what I mean? But it's like it's so rare, and it's not something that I mean, sheesh. I'm like, it's crazy, man. I'm just glad he's doing well. And, and I hope the players are mentally ready. You know what I mean? I hope they feel good. Like, I don't know anyone that didn't feel good when they saw the news come out today that he's moving, that his brain functions. So I hope that gets everybody mentally prepared to play. Right. You know what I mean? Just knowing that. Like, hey, man, the NFL shut down the whole game. They're still scrambling to figure out what they're going to do and all the playoff implications between the Bills and the Bengals. So that was a big decision they made, behind this. So I definitely hope the players are playing, feeling pretty good.
Yep.
Big time, man.
Yep. Hey, I did want to
coming out, bro. Thank you for coming on tonight, bro. Again, so impromptu. We love to have you on one of our regular Monday night shows where it's more like we're more like kind of we know it's gonna happen. We're not sitting in the middle of a casino, and Omar, I know you just hit me like, oh man, my worst. I'd love to come on with you. And Q, who's on the show with me, is traveling to Atlanta right now. He's on a flight, and I know a lot of people are coming out here either tonight or tomorrow or whatever. So thank you for being here. Hopefully you can get on a Monday, a late night. We do late night. You on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yep. Okay, yeah. So usually we do Monday nights, 9 o'clock. So hopefully you can make a Monday night show with us one of these times coming up again. You were on there with us once. So
yeah.
So definitely. And Omar, depending on how your work schedule comes up. And I know this fool right here, that's like midnight for him back in New York and shit. So, so it's a little harder for them, but we'll figure it all out. And I got to get out of here in a few, man. I got the wife's meeting, her late dinner with some clients is ending pretty soon, and the CES shit is crazy out here. So we're about to cut it. We're about to cut it out right now. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Omar. Alex Gold,
win, baby.
Assam Malik Gordon, my brother. Alex Gold, Sultan, Wasted, Ant Dog, my brother. My Vallejo Peoples. Yay! Love y'all, man. Thank y'all for all y'all for being here, man.
All right.
So we getting out of here, baby. Let's get this win.
Let's go Raiders.
Let's do it.
Raiders. Let's go.
Let's go.